We're here in Seattle. MLB The Show with a good one coming at you. It's the Athletics taking on the Seattle Mariners. First pitch coming at you right after the break. On the hill for the Mariners, Logan Gilbert. What do you have on him, Chris?
With the height, the release point creates a lot of tilt on his pitches. So coming into the zone, really hard for the hitters to get on plane. Makes it very difficult for the hitters to guess.
All right, first pitch coming up. Nick Kurtz digs in now.
Number 16, Nick Kurtz.
Ripped to third and caught. One pitch and one out. Let's take a look at our lineup. With an excellent arm on the mound, Singy, this won't be easy. They'll need to take advantage of the opportunities that they do have.
You're right about that, Boog. Odds are they won't have many chances against this guy, but if they can rattle him out of the gates, they'll have a shot. If not, look out. It might be a long day for this offense.
Here's the power hitting catcher, Shea Langoliers. On the ground, right side. Naylor steps on the bag. 2 quick outs at the top of the first here tonight.
The left fielder, Tyler Soderstrom.
2 down, base is empty. Next up for the A's, Tyler Soderstrom. First pitch just misses. And that's in there at the knees for a strike. Stays alive. Two down, nobody on. Foul ball, still a 1-2 count. Keeps the at bat going with a foul ball. One, two now. Fights it off. He'll see another. And that one hammered. Carrying well. And it is out of here. He flexes his power with that swing. The Athletics score first. It's 1-0.
You can't ask for a better start than hitting a home run in your first at bat to give your team the lead. A good hitter gets pitch recognition early. He saw exactly where that was going to be. The challenge, not get over anxious and come out of your swing. He stayed on it and got all of it.
So 2 down. Now the A's designated hitter, Brent Rooker. He has, as they like to say.
Let me guess, Boog. Light tower power?
That's right. High fly ball down the left field line. That's back there. Gone. They do it again. Back-to-back homers. And they add a run. It's 2-0.
First pitch hacking, and it paid off for him in a big way. Back-to-back homers, always a special feeling at the ballpark, especially if it's your team that does it and those guys get to slap hands at home plate. This is the kind of thing that can really fire up a ball club.
Jeff McNeil stands in.
That's a ball.
I mean, that's perfect location right on the black. I mean, over and over again, this guy demonstrates the ability to hit those spots. They're so tough to do anything with as a hitter.
Ball low.
The 2-1. Swing and a miss at a slider. He goes down looking. But 2 round trippers in this inning. The long ball was working. And it's 2-zip. This is AL West action on MLB The Show. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And on the mound for the A's in this one, Luis Severino. What should we keep an eye on here?
Anytime you have 5 pitches to work with on the mound, that repertoire can be a real weapon in terms of keeping hitters off balance, man. It's one of those things that I'm going to be looking for in this one. Does he have a feel for all of those pitches, or is he just able to get 1 or 2 over in the strike zone where he wants? Now, it's tough to do to be able to command all those pitches, but if he can, he is going to be very tough for the opponent today.
Right side. Kurtz takes it to the bag. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Batting second.
All right, let's take a look at the lineup. Trailing by a couple of runs already, and I'm sure they'd like to erase that deficit quickly.
Yeah, you don't want to let this deficit get into your head and you're trying to just make up the difference with 1 swing and you really don't have the base runners on. You've got to contribute, keep the line moving, and all of a sudden you have a big inning, everything shifts, and you find yourself in the driver's seat.
Cal Raleigh stands in here, leaves that one off the inside.
As a veteran out there on the bump, you're trying to establish both edges of the plate. Right here, he's working inside.
Delivers a pitch in for a strike at 95. In the air to left center. Soderstrom gets under it. And there's 2 down.
Batting third, the center fielder, number 44.
And now it's Julio Rodriguez. He's a guy who does it all. Drilled in the air, high and deep right field. Butler going back, has room, and he makes the catch. Mariners go down quietly there. They trail it here 2-0. Back at T-Mobile Park, top of the second, Jacob Wilson now at the plate. It's amazing. We get a chance to talk to a lot of opposing managers. This guy scares managers on the other team as much as anyone.
And he gets to fly beneath the radar with the other more recognizable names in this lineup.
That's a laser base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
Batting seven.
Next up for the A's, Lawrence Butler.
Butler.
On the ground. Crawford. The flip. There's one to first.
Hey,
Not
hey.
in time. Great effort there.
Good slider inside right there. Batter fighting to get there. Just rolled over it. Got the ground ball.
One out man at first. Max Muncy up next for the A's.
Ball.
Last two pitches have been down in the zone. Pitcher clearly trying to get that ground ball double play. But in this count, he's going to have to give in, elevate his pitches, and get back into this at bat.
2-0. That one fouled hard the other way. That misses the zone. Ball 3. Butler leads off first with one away. Strike 2. And a payoff pitch. Ground ball left side. Donovan toss to second. Double play. What a twin killing to end the inning. No runs, one hit, no errors, and no one left. Now to the bottom of the second. It's the A's 2 and the Mariners nothing. This is Mariners baseball on the show Northwest. We head to the bottom of the second, and stepping in for the Mariners, Josh Naylor.
12, Josh Naylor.
Back to work, Luis Severino.
Hey, ha.
Liner caught at second.
Well, baseball can be cruel, can it? I mean, sometimes it gives and sometimes it takes away. He did everything right on that swing, but he's got nothing to show for it.
And next is the designated hitter, Dominic Canzone. And a foul ball. Oh, 1 down. Line drive to short and caught.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Donovan getting to start at the hot corner, batting 6th in today's lineup. And he was drafted in the 7th round back in 2018. Brendan Donovan stands in with 2 away as he takes a ball. Two down, nobody on. And that one fouled off. Hit on the ground to short. Wilson. No play. That's an infield single.
With 2 outs, you just want to find a way to keep the line moving for the next guy. So an infield single right there does the job. Nicely done, just putting it in play and getting down to first to keep this inning alive. You never know what might come next as a result.
Victor Robles in the box now. No balls and a strike.
That's up. That's a ball.
A little bit low.
Oh, that's
ball
low. That's
3.
a ball.
First pitch strike from the pitcher, but then no panic at all by the hitter. Very patient, showing good discipline. Now he's in the driver's seat with the 3-1 count.
Ground ball to the right side, and there's a hit. Runner holds up at second. 2 aboard now.
Batting in, the shortstop, J.P.
First and second,
Crawford.
2 outs. J.P. Crawford up next for the Mariners.
That's a ball down.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. First and second, 2 down. Bottom half of inning number 2. In for a strike, and now just 1 pitch away from surviving the inning. Battling here as he fouls it away. Two on, 2 outs. Ripped to short, and that will end the inning. After 2, it's a 2-0 ball game. Back in Seattle, here's the center fielder, Denzel Clark.
Denzel Clark.
On the ground to third. Toss to Naylor. 1 pitch and 1 out.
Up next for the A's, the first baseman, Nick Kurtz.
So up next, Nick Kurtz. He's 0 for 1. That one hammered but pulled foul. At 96, that pitch is in for a strike.
Well, he looks fresh out there. Just needs to get a little more confidence and remember how good he's been in the past.
On the ground to the left. Toss to Naylor. First 2 batters retired here in the top of the 3rd.
That's what a good sinker's designed to do. Get a guy to roll over a little bit, hit the ball on the ground, kill some worms while you're at it.
2 outs, base is empty. And now here's the A's catcher, Shea Langoliers. 0 for 1, he grounded out in his first at bat. Out towards right center field. Brings it in, and that'll do it. Nothing doing there for the A's as they're unable to add to their 2-0 lead. As we go to the last of the 3rd, and stepping in for the Mariners, Cole Young.
No, that's down. Ball.
Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. He's got it. 1 up, 1 down.
left fielder.
Now it's Randy Arozarena. This one in the air right field, and that'll fall for a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Up next for the Mariners, the catcher, Cal.
Stepping in, the long ball threat, Cal Raleigh. Fly to left his first time. That one ripped, but foul. Here's the 0-1. And that one fouled off. Arozarena leads off first with one away. Outside
That's
low.
ball.
And that's ball one. In the dirt. Pitch misses there, and it's 3-2. Man at first, one away. Look out!
Take your base.
And it hit him.
Up next for the Mariners.
Here's the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez. Flied to right his first time. Swing and a high fly ball, well struck. Butler on the move, racing back.
That's a foul.
And that is foul.
Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
2 on, 1 out.
Way to lay off that pitch down.
And a 1-2. Hammered down the line, base hit. Arozarena flies
That went
around
over. That's a
third.
ground rule
That
double.
skips over the fence, so it's an automatic double. A run scores, it's a 2-run game.
Well, everyone is thinking, Ed, would the runner have scored from first if the ball stayed in the park? We'll never know, but they do get a run across with a chance to do more damage in the inning.
Here's Josh Naylor. Golden opportunity right here. Just
That
missed.
missed. That's a ball.
The 1-0. Slapped hard the other way, but foul.
I think ultimately you want to tie him up, get the ball in on the plate so that he can't get the barrel to it and hit it to the outfield.
Here's a 1-1. Yeah, that's fouled off. Traffic on the bases with one already in here in the last half of the third. That's off the inside corner, and the count's even at 2. That one missed.
They tried to get him to go, chase the pitch down and away, but he wouldn't bite.
Dominic Panzone in the on-deck circle, hoping to get a chance to make a big impact here. High fly ball out to center field. Clark on his way over, brings it in. Both runners tagging from second and third. The tag, and he's
Got him. That's an
out
out.
of the plate. And that's a double play. Inning over, and it could have been worse.
Always exciting to see a play at the plate, trying to score with 2 outs, but the tag just gets him in time, and they cut down the run to end the inning.
Back at T-Mobile Park, here's the left fielder, Tyler Soderstrom. Swing and a ball lifted in the air. One away.
Up next for the A's, the designated hitter, Brent Rooker.
Now the A's designated hitter, Brent Rooker. 1 for 1 so far today with a solo homer in his first at bat. And that drops in for a strike. A's leading by a run. Top half of inning number 4. That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2.
Quickly into an 0-2 count. Both pitches were down in the zone. I think you set your sights a little bit higher because you'll have a tendency to chase if you look down in that area.
Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that at bat seemed to be over as soon as it started. 3-pitch strikeout. You've got to be better at the plate right there, at least to foul something off, extend that at bat.
McNeil.
Two down, nobody on.
Really good take, especially with 2 strikes.
That's a ball.
This one in the air. And that is that. And 1, 2, 3 go the A's. They lead it 2-1. Ready to go, bottom 4. Now it's the Mariners DH, Dominic Canzone. Ball 1 there.
No, that's down.
Well, these Mariners showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. He's only given up 1 run, but the starter's pitch count is starting to get up there, and that might be the best news yet for this offense.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
You know, sometimes all it takes is getting to the next arm before an offense does any damage, and that might be the case today.
Good job to fight that one off. Two now. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Here's the 2-2. Oh, look at the stop. Jump throw. And they get the out.
Up next for the Mariners, the third baseman,
Man, Chris, a jump throw like that is certainly worthy of the StatCast treatment. Let's see what the numbers have to say about it.
Yeah, these are some favorable numbers, Boog. This is the type of play that showcases his arm strength. I mean, he made it look easy, but I promise you, that's not a throw every shortstop can make, especially with that much behind it.
Now the third baseman, Brendan Donovan.
Ball.
Up the middle, lays out, but he can't squeeze it. He makes the
Hey,
throw, but
he
it's
made the
not
throw.
in time. And they don't get the out.
No problem beating out the infield hit right there. Good hustle getting down the line. That's one of those you classify as just too hot to handle. Hit it on the screws, and it couldn't be fielded cleanly, but you can't really blame the defense in that case.
One gone, runner at first. Here's Victor Robles. 1 for 1 with a single so far. In the air, right field, Butler. In position. 2 away.
The batter, number 3, shortstop, J.P.
J.P. Crawford gets a chance to hit. And the first
That's
pitch
inside
misses
ball.
for ball 1. Here's a high fly ball out to center. Clark under it. And that's the inning. 1 hit, 1 left. We played 4. It's the A's 2 and the Mariners 1. This is AL West action on MLB The Show. Back in Seattle, all set for the start of the inning. Jacob Wilson getting ready to hit. That one fouled off. Fouled off. He was late. High fly ball lifted in the air, right field. And there's 1 away.
Up next for the A's, the right fielder, number 4.
Next up for the A's, Lawrence Butler. 0 for 1. He hit into a fielder's choice his first time. High fly ball, and that one curling foul down the right side. Butler in his 3rd season, 25 years old, and he was a 6th round draft pick back in 2018. Just
That
missed.
That's a ball.
Lifted in the air out to left. And there are 2 down.
Up next for the A's, the 3rd.
And here's a look at how he's using his pitches in this one. Here's the 3rd baseman, Max Muncy. He hit into a double play his first time up.
Man, that's just a nasty splitter. Bottom falls out of it. You don't see a lot of guys throw that these days, but I tell you what, he's got a good one.
2 down, nobody on. And we're at the top of the 5th. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. Swing at a ground ball, and it finds its way through for a hit. And they have their first hit since the 2nd inning.
Well, he found himself behind in the count right there, but he didn't give in. He kind of rolled over on this pitch a little bit, but he got enough behind it to shoot it through for a knock, and you'll take that anytime you can get him to find a hole.
Now a chance for Denzel Clark. Down the right field line. That's a base hit. So that's 2 straight 2-out hits.
Up next for the A's, the first.
And now Nick Kurtz. That one is absolutely belted. That's got a chance. And it's off the wall. 1 run's in. The second run scores. It's a 2-run double, and they take a 3-run lead.
Well, here we are, third time through the order, and this is where we see the OPS jump up. Manager might have to go to the bullpen a little bit sooner than he anticipated.
So, runner at second, 2 down. Shea Langoliers up next for the A's. Hit pretty well in the air out to center. He's there. He's got it. And that'll do it. But they'll pick up a couple runs here, both coming on this 2-run double. It's now 4-1. This is AL West action on MLB The Show. Back at T-Mobile Park, and stepping in for the Mariners, Cole Young. Outside low, ball 1.
Well, these Mariners doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They have yet to strike out, and they're averaging more than a hit per inning. That's a great recipe for success right there.
Late swing, foul to the left. Breaks his bat and pops it up. And there's 1 down.
That was a good hard fastball with some nice ride up in the zone right there. Hitter looked like he was on it, but I think that velocity at the end just beat him. Instead of a line drive or something hit deep, it's a pop-up and an easy out for the defense.
Rosarena now at the plate as he swings through strike 1.
Oh, I think the key, if he can get through one more inning, anything after that, a hitter or two is bonus, but they should be lined up good enough to get to the finish line.
That one's in there. 0-2 now.
Ball.
Got him. 2 up, 2 down.
That's tough. You see it well. That was clearly up and out of the strike zone, but that's one of the hardest things. When you see a pitch out of the hand at eye level, that discipline to remember, I can't hit that pitch. If I can see it really well at eye level, I can't catch up to that pitch when a pitcher's got this kind of velocity.
Raleigh stands in here, takes ball 1 low.
Two count, great hitter at the dish. If you're going to miss, you've got to miss outside the zone. You miss inside the strike zone, you'll be asking the umpire for a new baseball.
Hee-haw!
Late with the swing there.
Cold night like tonight, last thing you want to do as a hitter is get jammed or even off the end. Trying to find that sweet spot on the bat. Tell you what, you're going to be trying to catch things out front, so off-speed pitches may be a good complement to that fastball.
Here's the throw. And he'll make it to second base with 2 gone.
Everything came together for him. Smashed that one through the infield for the knock. When it's hit that hard, it makes it very tough on the infielders to make any sort of play.
So man aboard, and now the center fielder, Julio Rodriguez.
RBI knock for him last time. Now a chance to drive in another run.
Can't get to it, and this should score the run. Throw comes in quickly as the lead runner at third gets the stop sign.
Putting some good swings on the ball. That's his second extra base hit in this one. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
And here comes Mark Kotze as he's ready to make a change and go to the bullpen. Luis Severino done for the night. And a pretty good outing for him as he leaves with a nice lead. New pitcher when we get back. So a new pitcher on the mound for the A's, Brady Basso.
All they need from him right here is one out, but that's easier said than done for sure. Lots of pressure with 2 runners in scoring position. He does have the 1 open base to work with if needed.
And now it's Josh Naylor. Two outs, 2 in scoring position. Last half of inning number 5. The Athletics have some bullpen action. Mark Leiter Jr., the hard-throwing righty, is up and loosening. Sterner warming up as well. Here's a 1-1.
It's a big opportunity right here, but I love the way he's slowing the game down. He's shrinking his zone, making sure he gets the pitch that he wants to hit.
Jumps, but it's off his glove. He boots it, but they get the out at first, and that'll do it for the inning. Mariners leave a couple, and this is still a 4-1 ball game. Welcome back as we look at the highlights from today's game so far. And now, Tyler Soderstrom.
The left fielder, Tyler Soderstrom.
You know, these Athletics doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. The numbers tell us they're averaging more than a hit every inning, and they've only struck out twice, so they keep finding ways to put their bat on the ball.
Strike 2. Struck him out swinging. That K is his 3rd of the game.
Got away with that curveball, no doubt about it. It passed right through the heart of the strike zone, and he just couldn't get the bat on it. When you strike out on one like that, that's when you start having conversations with yourself, and they're not usually very friendly.
So now it's the 4-hole hitter, Brent Rooker. He had a big swing for these guys way back in the 1st inning.
Yeah, Boog, he didn't waste any time in this one. The solo shot really got his team going, and he's looking for more right here.
Check swing called strike. That's strike 1. That clips the inside corner for a strike. Strike 3, and that's 2 in a row.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for, a bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Two down, base is empty. Next to hit, Jeff McNeil.
That's a ball. That's down.
2 down, nobody on. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. To third, Donovan. Zips it to first. The A's go quietly. It's the Athletics 4 and the Mariners 1. Well, we go bottom 6. In now is the Mariners DH, Dominic Canzone. A swing and a miss, and that's strike 1. Fought off foul.
Ball.
Line drive. That's a base hit. So a man on base to start the inning.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Brendan Donovan up next for the Mariners. He's 2 for 2.
Now this team is definitely looking for a big swing of the bat right here. Try to close that gap. But, you know, at the very least, if you could find a way to manufacture that run from first, it feels like it's really important to getting back into this ball game.
Pitch misses.
Nope, ball.
And that's ball 2. This one in the air, center field. Clark under it. And there's one down.
Up next for the Mariners, the right fielder, number 10, Victor.
And now it's Victor Robles up to hit. 1 for 2. That one laced to center and a base hit. They take the force out. 2 gone.
Wow, this is one of those plays that happens sometimes, but it never really should. It seems like he just got a bad read on the ball, and the good throw from the outfield was perfect to get the out.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, J.P. Crawford. Here comes the pitch. Runner breaks for second.
Up.
There's a ball. Throw, save. That's a stolen base.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe a bag against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
Man at second. And that one popped in the air, left field. That is the inning. 1 left for Seattle, and they trail it 4-1. Back in Seattle, we go to the top of the 7th. Well, he's been knocked around pretty good so far, but they've got him back out there at least to begin the inning.
Yeah, and you wonder just the strength and
Now pitching for the
New pitcher for the Mariners,
number
Matt
47.
Brash. He has a great slider with tons of movement. And a swing and a miss. There's that slider. Pop foul out of play off to the right.
Some real good life going through the zone on that one.
Got him looking. That's a strikeout.
No, that's not the best two-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You know, sometimes as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes
That's
you.
the ball.
Butler in the box here. Lets that one go for a ball.
Yeehaw!
Ball to strike. There's a strike. 95 of that one. Fouls it off. Still 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. Coming out of the bullpen and throwing BB.
Chance to strike out the side now. You talk about the benefits, the advantages of relievers who can come in and get the swing and miss, whether it's inherited runners or maybe a little jam that they get into themselves. Knowing that they can miss the bat, tell you what, that's huge and can change the ball game.
2 outs, base is empty. Next up for the A's, Max Muncy. And the 0-1. Foul ball. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And he strikes out the side in the 7th. It's the Athletics 4 and the Mariners 1.
Now pitching for the
We're back in a new pitcher here to start the bottom of the 7th. Mark Leiter Jr. The offense will need to be ready for the breaking stuff. He's got a great curveball. Leading off, Cole Young. The M's in striking distance, but have some work to do.
Boog, it starts with the leadoff man. Need a good at-bat out of him right here.
Hey!
Back to the mound. It hit him. The throw is still in time, and they come away with an out after a tricky start to the play. The comebacker got him down low, and you can really see him favoring the leg. That's his plant leg, which might be a concern, Chris.
Yeah, you hope he's got some feeling in that leg so he can land on it, like you said. But from the way he's acting out there, I think it looks like he's going to be okay and try to continue, Boog.
Back to the top of the order now. Digging in, Randy Arozarena. This one in the air, right field. And a couple of quick outs.
Up next for the Mariners, the catcher,
Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners.
Well, both sides equally as strong. So not a good time to try to turn him around with a relief pitcher and put him on the other side of the plate.
Drilled in the air out towards right center. And that is that. Nothing doing here this half. 8th inning coming up. It's the Athletics 4 and the Mariners 1. This is AL West action on MLB The Show. Back at T-Mobile Park. We're at the top of the 8th. Denzel Clark digs in now. Comes up empty.
Well, at that velocity, if that's all you're seeing, 88, you can handle that all day long. That's what you get in batting practice. But off the velocity of the fastball, that is a very tough pitch to adjust to.
Make it 4 strikeouts in a row, just cruising along.
Just a mid-90s challenge fastball right there, not much to it. And I'm sure he'd love another swing at it because it was in a very hittable location. Those are the swings where you can sometimes start to question yourself as a hitter and say, how did I miss that? But, you know, it happens.
Hurts. Now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. Swings through that one out in front that time. Brash, 27 years old, and he was born in Canada. Another one. That's 5 straight strikeouts. Here's the catcher, Shea Langoliers.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
Hike 1.
2 down, nobody on, and we're in the top of the 8th.
Throwing the ball well, and they need this scoreless inning in relief right here. Been doing a good job keeping him in striking distance.
Strike 3, and now 6 strikeouts in a row. Nothing doing there for the A's, but they lead it 4-1. Ready for the bottom of the 8th, and stepping in for the Mariners, Julio Rodriguez. That's towards center. Clark takes it in for the out, and there's one down.
Up next for the Mariners,
Josh Naylor up next for the Mariners. 0 for 3 in this one. Well struck right field. Out of here. He nails one out to right, and they close the gap. It's 4-2. This crowd has really come alive. This place is loud.
Oh, that one got in the jet stream on a line drive. We saw the numbers on the backs of the jerseys of the outfielders, which is usually bad news, and all of a sudden they're back in this ball game.
High fly ball, pretty well struck out towards right center. Going back, grabs it right up against the wall.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
Manager out of the dugout now, and it looks like we'll see a change on the mound. Mark Leiter Jr. will depart. 2-run ball game as he heads for the dugout, and we'll be back with a new pitcher.
Now pitching for the
Justin Sterner will take over here.
Well, the best relievers love the opportunity to come in and protect a tight lead late in the ball game. Some of them are just wired different, so we'll see what he's got here.
Brendan Donovan, the next to hit. Sharp grounder, that's through for a base hit. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
Up next for the Mariners.
Now it's the right fielder, Victor Robles. 1 for 3.
Robles.
Out to short, Wilson. They get the force. Inning over on the ground out. Took just 2 pitches to finish the frame out of the bullpen. The Mariners pick up a run thanks to this solo homer. It's now 4-2. Back in Seattle, all set to start the 9th in this one. Tyler Soderstrom getting ready to hit.
Good slider down and in can be so hard to get on plane with. You're better off taking that pitch.
Base hit. That was smoked through the infield. And the leadoff man aboard.
Up next for the A's, the designated hitter.
Now it's the DH, Brent Rooker. He's already homered here in this one. Here comes the 0-1. Swing and a high fly ball left field. Arozarena has a beat on it. He makes the grab.
The batter, number 22, second baseman, Jeff.
1 out man at first. And now here's Jeff McNeil. Foul ball there. Strike 2. Tapped softly on the ground, and it goes just foul. The 0-2. And it's fouled off. They'll do it again. The 0-2. And a foul ball. He stays alive.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Fouled off, and they'll do it again. 8th pitch of the at-bat coming up. Got him looking. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Well, just couldn't pull the trigger on the fastball right there, and I don't think he was taking it, thinking it might be a called ball or anything. I just think he was flat out frozen. Did not expect that location, in my opinion.
Chop to third. Donovan in plenty of time to first, and that's the 3rd out. The A's strand 1 as they can't add to their 4-2 lead.
Now pitching for the
Welcome
A's,
back, and here
number
comes the
36.
closer, Hogan Harris.
Save opportunity for him right here, and he's their guy. Time to lock this one down and get out of here with the W.
Now it's the shortstop, J.P. Crawford. 0 for 3 with 2 flyouts and a ground out. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate.
The batter, number 2.
When you can turn a ball around at 107 off the bat, it's going to make you feel really good inside. If he elevates that a little bit more, it's definitely out of here.
And up next for Seattle, Cole Young. In the air to left center, Clark should have this one. And there's one down.
Up next for the Mariners, the left fielder, Randy.
So digging in, Randy Arozarena. Corner infielders guarding the lines, trying to prevent extra bases. This one driven deep, way back there, and it's gone. We are tied. Randy Arozarena hits one out.
Talk about a clutch swing of the bat. He just changed this game in a big way. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Here in the bottom of the 9th, one out. Cal Raleigh up next for the Mariners. Oh, and this one's blasted high and deep. It's on its way out of here. Ball game.
Hitting a walk-off homer is the kind of thing you dream about growing up. You're in the backyard, you're creating the most pressure-packed scenario, and what do? You come through with the big swing. Well, he was living a childhood moment right there. Nice swing of the bat, nice win for the team.
One here today, and your final 5-4. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi. We'll see you soon.